Good morning, what's shaking, what's happening? Welcome back to Tasty Bites Timeless Travels. Today is day 97 for Holland America Cruise Around the World. Today, we're coming at you from Cartagena, Spain. Come join us. All right, first off, things I've learned on this trip. I didn't realize the Mediterranean was still cold this time of the year because we're technically in the Mediterranean. Also, it's not so cold I need a beanie cap. Yes, I'm from Florida, but it's not so cold for that, but it is windy today. It's keeping my hair from flying around. No major plans. There is a free museum here. It's funny because on the website in Spanish it says it's closed today, but the website in English it says it's open today. It's the same website, you just say what language you want. It's only a 5-minute walk from the port, so we're gonna check it out. Otherwise, there's a Roman theater here that I really wanna go to because we're not gonna have time in Rome. We only have one day in Rome. So hop on, hop off bus, but that seems like that's a miserable idea in this weather. So let's see what we get going today. All right, so strikeout number one, the museum is closed today, which is a bummer. It was the Underwater Archive Museum. So it sounded really cool on top of being free. So let's just make our way to the Roman Theater, I guess. I don't know. Beautiful city though. All right, so we found the theater. Google Maps actually took us to like a free observation area, but I kind of want to go in the theater. We ended up walking up a big hill that I don't think we needed to do. But we're back at the bottom. We're gonna see if we can find the entrance and actually go in. So here's hoping. We've also decided we think it must be some sort of holiday. There's a parade going on and there's some streets blocked off and there's not a lot open. So that would explain why the Underwater Museum wasn't open today. We don't know what it is though, but there's some sort of festival going on. Found the entrance. Fun fact, it's free today for whatever this holiday is. At least it's given us a free Roman theater experience today, which is good because the euro dollar really tanked on the euro last night. So we were waiting on the elevator because you can either take a maze of escalators up or you can take the elevator. So I think we're just going to take the elevator. It's taking a minute, and then go see what we can see. So done with the theater. We couldn't figure out how to get to the bottom without climbing the theater stairs down, and they were kind of scary. So we opted to not do that. We're back out in the main plaza. They've done all sorts of parades and presentations and stuff. And now there's all these guards outside the palace. I don't know if it's a photo op or if they're doing something, but it's cool looking. the middle of this town square, there's a Carrefour Express. Check it out. What a beautiful view to sit outside in this crisp air and enjoy an afternoon on the balcony here in Cartagena, Spain. It's beautiful out here. It is absolutely stunning. All right, thoughts on Cartagena. Beautiful city. It is stunning, very well preserved, very walkable. It is kind of hilly, but man, it was a gorgeous city. It is unfortunate that we are here today, but it is fortunate we are here today. The city is not itself today. It's like the biggest holiday. We met some people that talked to a police officer that said this is basically the biggest holiday of the year for the city. Hence why the underwater museum was closed. Hence why the Roman theater was free today. So today was give a little, take a little. So it's fine. It's fine. We really enjoyed the city. It's just when it hit noontime, we couldn't figure out what actually served lunch, what they had, and what it cost. They didn't advertise their prices. The American dollar is not doing so good right now, so we ended up just coming back to the ship to save some money because we have so many more stops left to go, and we're in Spain for a couple of more towns, so and we have an overnight in Barcelona, so we said we'll save money and today and we'll eat somewhere else. Hopefully the American dollar can gain some value back. But great city. The Roman theater was stunning. Now, like I said, Google Maps originally took me to a free observation point, which was amazing. It's just not where I thought we were going. When we found the entrance, which is right there in the town square, and it's a very, there's a little white marble over it that says museum in Spanish, and that's what it was. It wasn't very well marked. Lots of people missed it. We were not the only ones. It was nice. It was nice. It's very nice inside. It's got some nice displays. It talks about how they found the theater and the restoration of it. The panels are in Spanish and English, which is helpful. And then you have the theater itself. We never figured out the alternative way to get to the bottom level without having to walk down the stairs. There is a way to do it. We just couldn't figure it out. But just going in there and seeing it was enough. We were good. City, like I said, beautiful. Lots of cafes, lots of shops, very big, wide pedestrian streets, so that's nice. Lots of, there were some parades today because of the start of Passover. There's the ceremony right there at the mayor's place, so great time. Now, we have talked to people that paid for the walking tours, and they said had they known that everything would have been right there, they wouldn't have done it, so. But like I said, also, we met people that did the hop-on, hop-off bus and loved it. So take that with the grain of salt that you have. But it was a little chilly today. I'll be honest with you, we didn't realize the Mediterranean was still chilly this time of the year. We thought it was going to be warm. We couldn't figure out where there was no beach excursions in the Mediterranean. We now know why. But should be it was a great day. We loved it. But the rest of the trip will be fine. We are better prepared. So with that, we're going to call it an afternoon. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful view. And we actually have Pinnacle for dinner tonight. So see you there. All right, appetizers have arrived. C is starting with the tomato salad. It's literally just tomatoes and balsamic dressing, I feel, but and basil, excuse me. They are some fresh smelling tomatoes, though. For me, I do love the crab cakes here at Pinnacle, so start with some crab cakes. All right, and we are actually allowed to get 2 appetizers at the specialty restaurant. So C went with the regional menu. These are the steak tacos. This is what Chef Maria demonstrated the other day. in the cooking demo. Man, these look really good. But you know me, if I'm getting 2 appetizers, I'm getting some soup. Now this is a corn soup, but it's a special Mexican corn soup that's been created for the Pinnacle Grill. And it's very thick, so I cannot wait. All right, entrees have arrived. So you went with the special Mexican tenderloin from the Mexican regional menu. Her plate is very hot, and the steak is very big, but it looks really good. And for her side item, she went with a baked potato, which is kind of cute. They bring you like a half a baked potato, which if she wanted more, she could have more. She also didn't tell them she had a dairy allergy, so they brought her an entire set of fixins, but she doesn't eat any of those. Now for me, she might have the bacon bits.
I eat bacon.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
Okay. For me, I got the filet with béarnaise sauce, and it comes with these delicious onion rings and this pickled onion. I do love béarnaise sauce. My dad had me start eating it when I was a child, and it's one of my favorite steak sauces. And for my side item, I just went simple with mashed potatoes. Now, he did offer to get us one more side for the table, but this is plenty of food. We did not want to be wasteful, so let's dig in. All right, you also get a complimentary some sort of like sweet thing. Last year it was truffles. This year it's macarons. They look beautiful. I don't know if they're gonna get eaten because we are stuffed, but they do look beautiful. All right, dessert time. C got the sorbet duo. We're thinking lemon. One of them might be pineapple, but I think they're lemon. But look at those big blackberries she got. Those are some big, big berries. Now for me, I always get the chocolate souffle here. It is just amazing and delicious, and I cannot wait. And with that, we're gonna call it a night. Not an exciting evening for us. That dinner took 2 hours, 2 hours on the dot. Specialty dining can take longer. That was just exceptionally long. I don't know if it's because that was a casino comp. We've played enough in the casino that they comped to dinner, which is not unheard of. We had a couple free dinners on Koningsdam also. But we ended up getting a comp that included a bottle of wine. We've only had a comp that did that one other time, and that was... There was a lot of other things happening with that comp, including C's birthday, so they comped me a little bit higher, that one. But this one also included the bottle of wine, so we had to wait on the big whole wine presentation thing, and then the original wine C ordered was not available, so that managed to take a little bit longer, but yeah, 2 hours. Now, with that being said, it was a lot of food. We could have gone and just had the appetizers and the dessert and been okay. Every time we go to Pinnacle, we say we really should just split a steak here, but it is a per person charge. Now, we've never actually outright paid for Pinnacle. We've either gotten it as part of the Have It All package or casino comps. Oh gosh, that is so much food, and we definitely did not eat it all. That one steak I got, C and I could have split it and still had leftovers. That's just the stage of life that we're in. It's an 8-ounce piece of filet, so we don't eat that much. Even this late in a cruise, with all the walking that we've done, still couldn't finish it all. Also, this being a world cruise, Pinnacle's not as busy as it normally is that you would see on the other ships. There's always availability unless it's one of their special dinners, to the point they've added more pop-ups. Canaletto is also a pop-up for them. They haven't been running Canaletto as normal. So the only people in that restaurant tonight, we were there for the longest time by ourselves. Then the hotel general manager and his wife had some guests, including Chantal, who was the previous captain's girlfriend, who is also the future cruise consultant. So she's still on the ship because their contracts are different lengths. And then eventually the captain and his wife and one of their sets of parents came to dinner. And then there was another employee that I think she's one of the merchandise people, maybe, I don't know, that was in there, and that was it. They were all high-ranking members of Holland and us. So it was really strange. So I think that also might have slowed the dinner down because they weren't in a hurry. And then, you know, me being a server, when a restaurant's not busy, it does kind of upset your pace because it gives you a hard time. Like, you can't figure out how to pace because you're not juggling multiple tables. And so you end up either being overly attentive to that one table or you just forget about them. And we were kind of not in the forget about, but they were definitely not in a hurry to service. But delicious food nonetheless. The Mexican regional menu was excellent. C enjoyed every bite of hers. That soup was so luscious and velvety. Oh my gosh, that was so good. But we would have been satisfied with the steak tacos, the soup. The crab cakes had so much crab in them, they were a meal in itself. And C really liked her tomatoes. We could have just ended the meal there and been perfectly fine and content, believe it or not. But, you know, it's a steakhouse, so you go for steak. But that's going to finish the day. The meal went so long and we were so stuffed we were going to miss the nighttime show. It's okay. It's that singer that blew his vocal cords out. We've heard conflicting reviews about him, so whatever. But we're going to call it an early night. It was a busy day. Now, like I said, Cartagena, Spain, we both loved. It was unfortunate that we were here on the first day of Passover, the Friday before Good Friday and the start of Easter week. Because when we Googled it, when we came back to the ship, this is like the biggest like Easter week festival in all of Spain happens in Cartagena, Spain. For I don't know why. I don't know the history behind it, but it was neat to see the parades and processions and this, that, and the other. We just didn't understand what was going on. It was frustrating in that some of the things we wanted to do were closed or altered. However, we did get into the Roman theater for free, and no one knew that was happening. Everyone was shocked. They had their little euros ready to go. And in fact, when we went in there, I spoke to the guy in Spanish, because while I don't know a lot of Spanish, I know how to ask for entrance for 2 people in Spanish, because I worked at a theme park in Orlando. Like, that's the one thing I can confidently do in Spanish is buy and sell tickets. And the guy looked at me really weird and finally goes, "Where are you from?" And I said, "The United States." And he goes, "Oh, you're free. Go on in." So that was nice, but a great town, great city to walk around in. Just a little weird on the day. But we have sea day tomorrow to rest, and then we will be in Malta. But tomorrow should be an interesting sea day because there's a masquerade party. So we will see what that is all about. So make sure you hit that notification button, like, subscribe, and all that fun social stuff to keep following us around as we finish up this journey around the world with Holland on their grand world voyage. Have a great night. Bye!